And we are live. What's happening? I'm super excited this week. I can't even tell you. We've got upgraded internet this week. I've got new songs to play. My good friend Robert Walter sent me 4 tracks to play to. He's making a quarantine record, and he asked me to play some drums. So I did, and I'm super psyched on that. He's happy with the tracks. We've been getting better drum sounds in here lately. And I'm going to go ahead and play one of these tracks for you now that Robert sent to me. It just so happens that the name of this song is Frank. And I went out to Ray Francis Drum Center today to go pay them a visit, pick up a couple little things, and I brought some of my mother-in-law's incredible gumbo, Miss Linda's gumbo, I brought out to Frank D'Arcangelo, manager of Ray Francis for the past 30-something years. He's been taking care of me since I was a teenager. So serendipity happens. I recorded this song called Frank. I went and saw Frank today. So we're going to start off playing this new Robert Walter tune. The record's not even made yet, but Robert gave me the permission to use this as play-alongs. So we're going to have some fun. And here's coming at you, new Robert Walter tune. Debut before it even comes out. Here's Frank playing it for you live. Check it out. And I can't play that without imagining all the fun, amazing times Robert and I have had together on tour and on festivals and all the amazing places that we've played together, being out in the Caribbean on jam crews many, many years in a row, hanging out and talking music, talking life. So my love goes out to Robert Walter. It's great to play with him again, even virtually. So yes, indeed, I'm going to play a tune off of a record that I made in tribute to Alan Toussaint, a record that I made called With You in Mind. And we're going to play the Dr. John tune, Life. We're going to put a little spin on it. And my lab just jumped off. So we're going to put a little spin on this tune and play it in 7. But while I've got your attention, I might as well let you know, if you enjoy the way that I present drum information, I have an online academy, StantonMooreDrumAcademy.com, and you can click the link in the description and try it out for 14 days. So check that out if you'd like. And right now, I'm going to play Life for you. And then after that, we're going to start taking some questions. We'll be answering general music questions, life questions, and then we'll get into some drum stuff. And we'll get into that towards the back end of things. Nick, how's it going? We got some people chiming in saying hello.
Yep, 75 viewers so far.
Fantastic. Love it. And here we go with Life with Cyril Neville, one of my favorite singers of all time. Singing on this one, my friends Skerrick, Nicholas Payton, David Torkanowski playing keys, James Singleton playing bass. All right, hit me, Nick.
I've seen my soul creeping out my chest, bow my head towards the east, victim of the west. Mother, mother, just look what they done to your son. Visions of dumplings dancing in my head. I'm not gonna worry, I might wake up dead. But if I die long before I wake, Lord, grant me just one more wish, please unveil the fate. Father, Father, just look what they done to your boy. Father, Father, they done to your bone. Just look what they done to your bone. Just look what they done to your bone.
All right. I can't tell y'all how good it feels to be playing music and know that y'all are tuning in. Can't wait to start playing for people again instead of just playing for cameras. But I feel like we're going to get there. I feel like we're headed in the right direction, or at least we know the direction to head in. So, fantastic. Nick, what's up?
Hi.
Do we have some questions coming in?
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Nick's looking at that. He's setting up the Nick cam.
Nick, Cam. Hey.
Hey, there he is. Picture in picture, Nick cam.
Yeah, there's some funny ones.
Some funny ones?
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into the we'll get into it when we get to the very drummery stuff.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Oh, someone's sitting in their car at Dodger Stadium awaiting the vaccine, listening to your music right now.
Nice. I like it.
Someone wants to see. Can you demonstrate the knocker groove? That's what someone wants to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all drummer questions.
All drummer questions. All
Well,
right.
except for one very, very techie question that I could answer
Okay.
later.
Well, we'll get into that. All right, the knocker groove. Yes. So, all right. This is a great question. I love this question. And Knocker is a song by Robert Walter. And I did that song for Groove Alchemy. And, you know, I love the playing of Bernard Purdie. And one of the things Bernard Purdie does is he plays in the right hand what is essentially the ride cymbal pattern, the jazz ride cymbal pattern. I know jazz is becoming a bad word, but the ride cymbal pattern, spang, spang-a-lang, 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 straightened out, right? So all right, so you take that and you put that over on the hi-hat, and then you're playing 2 and 4, and then you start adding chatter notes to that, right? Reminiscent of a lot of things that Bernard Purdie plays. Right? Now, in Knocker, what I did was I added the push-pull 16th notes. So you get a down, up, down, up, down, up, push-pull, which is, let me demonstrate that slow. And then faster, it becomes like this. And so then I would add that. And so it becomes what I call Super Bernard Purdy. And I'm thinking of it like a system in my hands, and then playing different stuff on the feet. So that's essentially what I'm doing on Knocker. And then I use that push-pull. Shout out to Kevin Lehman, who may be watching. Kevin's asked me about this a lot. I'll film a proper Academy lesson on this. Nick and I have been filming a lot, and we're getting caught up. Shout out to Tanner Gus, who is helping us keep up with editing lately. And so shout out to some of you more on the beginner level. I've been releasing some beginner lessons on my YouTube channel. We've been filming them and sending them via Dropbox to Tanner, and Tanner's been editing them. So we're getting our system together. That's going to allow Nick and I to catch up on some of the Academy lessons. I'll eventually film this push-pull with in an Academy lesson. So I take that push-pull and I use it in grooves, but then I also use it in fills. Yes, indeed. That last little bit was a shout out to my good buddy Jeff Clapp. That's stuff that I came up with to sound like Clapp, trying to sound like Elvin Jones. So, all right, cool. We're just having fun in here, playing drums, answering questions, giving shout outs. That was a great question about Knocker.
Hey everybody. Yeah, one is more of a general question. Someone's asking about Garage à Trois and when you guys are going to play again. You got anything in the books, anything planned, live streams? What you got?
That's a fantastic question, and the answer is yes, we do have stuff planned. Myself, Skerrick, and Charlie Hunter went in and we made a new record that's coming out on vinyl in April. So go to Royal Potato Family, and that is Kevin Calabro, and he is releasing that record on vinyl and digitally too, I imagine. And so we're trying to figure out what we're going to do as far as like a live stream to announce the record. So keep your eyes and ears open for that record. It will be coming out in April. And I think it's called Calm Down Cologne, which is a new song that Skerrick wrote. So yes, we do have a new record, and gigs are hard to plan right now, streaming gigs, COVID permitting, and right now we can't really play like inside. We can stream inside, but trying to get guys to travel right now and schedule a stream, kind of wait until things settle down with COVID before we start traveling to do streams together. All the streams I've been doing have mostly been local. Although, since we're on that topic, and I like to tell y'all what's coming up, I will be doing a live stream with Nola Tet on February 5th, hopefully from the sidewalk of Tipitina's. That's with Mike Dillon, Brian Haas, James Singleton. that band will also be playing at Broadside Outdoors here in New Orleans, and we'll be streaming that as well. Nick will be streaming. In this time, Nick has become my streaming tech. So he's my audio-visual filming guy, my engineer, and my streaming guru. Shout out to Jim Toscano, who has helped us get started with all this stuff. Shout out to Max Cusimano, who helped us pick out the cameras. And Max had the foresight to say, are y'all going to be streaming? And at the time, we had no idea when, but we're like, eventually, definitely want to stream. Then COVID hit, and luckily, my cameras were streaming capable. So shout out to all the help we've had.
Yeah. Hey, for any of y'all who are trying to stream, just like don't get bogged down by all the tech. Just start easy. Start simple and then build.
Start simple, build, ask your friends, ask questions. That's how we learned. I just opened my computer and started going live on Facebook. I got that idea from Anders Osborne. So shout out to Anders Osborne. And I just started asking questions, started taking consultation with Jim Toscano. Luckily, Max Cusimano told me what cameras to get, and they were stream ready. And, I've tried to be very open and let you guys see the process and see that sometimes it is frustrating. And I've been open about it because I don't want you to get frustrated. I want you to see us going through the process. Last week, we lost internet, and we went to you live with Nick's GoPro going through his phone. And that since then, we've upgraded the internet. So you learn every week. I've learned by doing it every week, and every week I try to make it a little bit better. So right now, I'm noticing I've still got my chart stand in the shot. So I've become more right now, we're going to make it better right now. Nick, would you please get that stand out of the shot? And my pad is in this shot. So look.
I might be the streaming guy, but I'm also the stand mover.
He's also
guy.
the stand mover. So watch. We're going to clean up the shot on the spot. So watch. I just moved that pad out of the shot. We're going to move this music stand out of the shot. I made a little chart for Robert Walter's song. So look, you improve as you go. We just cleaned up the shot just now. We've got cymbals in the shot, but look, but that's all right. Cymbals are cool. Look, progress. Every week we just try to make a little bit of progress.
Can I just,
So don't get frustrated. Just you got to start. That's what you got to do. You just got to start, and then you dial it in.
And if you're looking for good references online that explain the ins and outs of streaming, there's a lot of stuff from camera websites and whatnot, but really gaming websites. Those gamers, they're the PC gurus.
Yeah.
And they stream all the time. They've been doing this before all of it, all of the COVID stuff. So
Yeah.
gaming websites.
Yeah,
Check it out.
And Twitch, we're brand new to Twitch. We barely have any followers on Twitch. But shout out to anybody who's watching us on Twitch. We appreciate y'all. And we've learned a lot from the gaming community. And they've been, as Nick says, man, they've been streaming for years. And so we've been learning a lot from them. And Nick, did you have a tech question you wanted to answer?
I answered it.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. Any other questions coming in on us?
Let's see. Yeah, let me scroll up a little bit.
I see some greetings.
Someone wants to see some New Orleans Wawa and Co. patterns. That sounds interesting.
Is that George Coleus?
That is George Coleus official.
George Coleus! Man, bro, I can't tell you how good it is to hear from you. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying hi. Big shout out and hello to George Coleus. George is one of the most incredible drummers on the planet of many, many styles. He's been learning funk and getting better at funk, but he is one of the greatest speed metal drummers of all time. He plays with the band Nile, and he is just an unbelievable drummer and an unbelievable guy. Lovely dude. There's my wife, Lauren Del Rio. Hey, huz.
Hey, Lauren.
Hello, Lauren. Lauren Del Rio, my wife who I love. more than I can say. And she's been awesome and supportive through all this. She's watched me pull my hair out trying to figure out streaming by myself until I could get back with Nick, and Nick has taken over the reins, and we're making progress every week. So, Lauren, thanks for tuning in. Love you. George, thanks for tuning in. Love you too, my man. Can't wait. Anybody who's interested on the Academy, I've got interviews, and I've got a couple of segments with George Corlius sitting in these chairs. Adam Deitch, Keith Carlock, Ron Danette, interviewed in these chairs. All of that available on the Academy. You can check it out. Check out the trial. Not to give myself a shameless plug, but it is my show. Hey, AK. AK's here too?
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right.
So you got a question. It's funny. George chimed in, and you got a question about your double bass setup. So you want to show how you incorporate the double kick into all your stuff.
Oh, George did?
No, someone else asked.
Oh,
it, but
someone else
It just
is-
seemed
Yeah.
appropriate.
Man, look, I am not a double bass player. George Corlius is a double bass player, but I have a double pedal so that I like to straddle the double pedal and the hi-hat, right?
Watch the wire.
Watch the wire. Okay. So so check this out. So I will get the hi-hat and the bass drum at the same time. So then I play variations that sound like this. Then now, under what I'm doing, it starts to sound like this. So, there's a thing that we call the Bonham engine, right? Which is upbeat 16th notes in the right foot. And he does it under grooves, and he does it in fills. So then I'll straddle this left side of the bass drum pedal and get the hi-hat and the bass at the same time, and it beefs up the Bonham engine. I just thought of that, like doing the Purdy shuffle with the Bonham engine. I don't know why I've never thought of that, but it wasn't super clean when I first went to it because I don't think I've done it before. But yeah, but like I said, man, I'm not a double bass drum player. I just like to use it to try to approximate what we hear on the streets of New Orleans. So bass drum players in Mardi Gras Indian bands will play a bass drum turned on its side, no head on the bottom, and they usually have a pinstripe, and they play it usually with a big mallet, and then the same mallet but reversed, right? So Geechee from the Wild Magnolia Mardi Gras Indians will play like that, and it sounds like this. Three, four, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1, 1. So, shout out to Lauren, my wife again. Lauren absolutely loves Mardi Gras. It's her favorite holiday. So, I see a lot of parades and I absorb all this stuff. So, I'm absorbing stuff that I'm hearing from Mardi Gras Indians and from the brass bands and the marching bands. So, you know, I take this stuff and I'm trying to sound like Mardi Gras Indians on the bottom, while I'm trying to sound like one of the marching bands going by with the pandero and the toms and all this. So check it out. Making stuff up. All right, cool. Thanks for putting me on the spot and asking me to explain the way I use double bass in front of an absolute double bass master.
When you play on the panderos, someone was asking, Mike Hennessy, was asking, do you change your stroke when you're playing on those panderos?
Okay, so that's a great question. The pandero doesn't have any rebound, right? So I've been trying to change my grip from German, right, to more French, so that my elbow stays more at my side. So Nick, give me the overhead. So check this out. If I'm playing like this and I'm playing German, when I go up here, I have no choice. But look how far my elbow is out. If I play a lot like that, then my arm's gonna get tired. I'm gonna get worn out. So by switching over to French, check that out. All of a sudden, my elbow is at my side. So when I'm playing all this side percussion, I can play with my elbow at my side, which gives me more economy of motion. Right. All right. So now, since you asked me about that, I'm not changing my stroke as much as I'm changing my grip, and I'm aware that I can do this on the floor tom, right? Right? But I haven't shed that to where I can get that on the Pandero. I just haven't worked on it. I guess I could. You gave me something to work on. But I do that, but there's no rebound there. I really got to pull that out. So on the floor tom, I do it all the time. Right? Okay, so cool. Now, since you've got me thinking about the left-hand percussion stuff, I'm still messing around with this one idea that I came up with at the beginning of all of this COVID stuff. I brought these mini timbales and all these panderos over to the house when we were really locked down in the beginning, and I was practicing all this stuff at the house, and Lauren was very supportive through all that because it was loud. But I came up with this groove. I've shown it a bunch of times, but there's a reason I'm showing it again. Because check it out. All right, it's paradiddles with flams on the diddles, right? So let me grab my pad that I just hid so that y'all can check this out. Okay, so check it out. Now, this is nothing new. Let me slow it down. Para-flam, 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 paradiddle, paradiddle. But you're putting flams on the diddles. No big deal. David Garibaldi's done this for years, right? All right, but what I discovered is the right hand is playing the Mardi Gras Indian rhythm, which we knew that already. But I started improvising over here, and I came up with this stuff. Check it out. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then I broke it down to see what I was doing, and I realized it was just based off of what Garibaldi's been doing for years, but I started it on the left hand. Now, I'm going to pick it up in tempo, and then by accenting the right hand, I can get accents similar to Sissy Strut. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because I was messing around with a new idea, and this is what I came up with. I'm playing upbeats on straddling the hi-hat and the cowbell. So that gives me some little like Bernard Purdy type of hi-hat openings. And then I'm going to do the Pandero boom pow, a la John Robinson and Jeff Porcaro. Just read the Jeff Porcaro book, It's About Time, written by Robin Flans. It's fantastic. If you're thinking about checking it out, I absolutely recommend it. So check this out. I'm going to play variations on this pattern, and then I'm going to get the boop-pow on the Pandero. So this beat, I just kind of came up with this. Check it out. Now, in some of these live streams, I've been talking about how you can approach things differently in the studio. So when Robert Walter sent me these tracks, I didn't even think to do any of that to the track because I just felt like it would be too busy. But as we were sound checking, I had this beat in my head, and I tried it out to this new Robert Walter tune, Frank. And happy accident, some of what I'm doing lines up with some of what Robert's doing, because it's all based on New Orleans rhythms, right? Anyway, so Robert lived here for a while, and he loves New Orleans, and so it always comes out in some of his songs. So I'm going to play that beat to this Robert Walter tune. I wouldn't do this for a record, but I'm just showing you there are options when you're laying tracks down. You know, this could have been an option. I kind of went into something like this during one of the breaks. But I wouldn't necessarily record this because it's too busy, like I just said. But I'm going to do it for y'all right now because things are converging. I've been working on this stuff. Robert just sent me some tunes, and this kind of fits. Check it out. I'm ready to play it. All right. Fun stuff. Just having fun. Like I said, I probably wouldn't record it like that because it's too busy, but I use ideas like that in breaks or in solos and things like that. All right, Nick, any other questions coming in?
Yeah, someone was asking about your cymbal setup.
Yeah.
Terry on YouTube.
All right, Terry. Cool. So yeah, cymbal setup. I'm playing some Caropes and I'm playing some Sound Lab custom creations made by Paul Francis. So these are Carope 15-inch hats. This is a Carope 18. This is 20-inch Lunar Crash, which I believe may be released in a few months, which I'm super excited about. And this has 7 divots in it. We were calling these potholes, being from New Orleans, but we're going to call these craters and call this a Lunar Crash and release this soon. And it's got 3 rivets in it. I stood next to Paul Francis when he hammered these craters, and he drilled these rivets for me. And I love Paul. He's a great dude, and I think this thing sounds amazing. All of my cymbals, I like to be able to swing out on, groove out on, and then get heavy if I need to, right? So that's what this thing sounds like, swinging out, then grooving out, and getting heavy. And then this is basically a version of my wide ride. But since you're asking about cymbals, I've got a beautiful 22 Carope right here that I put up sometimes as well. So I'm loving the Caropes. And then I've got basically some custom Caropes that Paul made for me as well. So here's what this Carope sounds like. Yes, indeed. And this beautiful thing over here is basically a Carope Pang. And I fell in love with Pangs when I was hearing Johnny Vodakovich when I was a teenager, and he had a Pang. And so, as you can see, maybe not in that camera angle, but It's got, give me the, well, there you go. Look at that. See that flange? Give me the overhead again, Nick. So check out this flange. And that's done with lathing, and Paul did a great job with this. And all my cymbals are like for you to be able to ride and crash on them. Yeah, cymbals.
Yeah, bro.
I love cymbals. And this is the thing, is that I've been collecting vintage Ks for years, and at my house, I have a full set of vintage Ks. 20 with rivets, 22, 18, and 14-inch hats. And they're all, you know, I've taken pictures and FaceTimed with Paul Francis, and they're all from the early to mid 60s Istanbul Ks that I've collected over the years. And those have been my cymbals at the house for the last 15 to 20 years. And so every morning when I wake up and play in my pajamas with my coffee, I know what old Ks sound like. So when Zildjian came out with these groups, I was like, ah, man, I can fully get behind this, and I've been very, very happy. So thank you for the cymbal question.
I think it's a pretty good question, actually. Since you were talking about stickings earlier, Kyle Mulqueen from YouTube asks, what are your thoughts on playing what you hear versus playing with a sticking idea?
That's a great question, and that I gravitate towards playing what I hear. The sticking is just a foundation. The sticking is just a starting point. It's just for reference. And then a lot of times, you know, I've been doing this for so long now that I'll start playing something, as I did with these grooves that I just put to that Robert Walter tune. And then I stopped and was like, oh, this is cool. What am I playing? And by, you know, I started off learning stick control with Marty Hurley, and I was like, you know, I couldn't see how it would really apply to the kit. And then I'm laughing at that now, but because not every one applies, but certain ones, when you find the ones that apply, they're super applicable. So, you know, number 33 in the first part of stick control, right, left, right, right, paradiddle, left, right, right, left. Paradiddle, middle diddle. It's probably one of the most used and most usable stickings in drumming. I did a whole lesson on it, which is in the academy. You can go check that out there. I think it's a lesson 11. And then where you start it, you can start it in a different place, and it becomes the Johnny V sticking. That's lesson 12. Then you can combine them together, and that's lesson 13. And you can check out the academy by going to the link in the description. But my point is, I don't want to go too far into that because it's all right there on the academy, and you can check that out. But that sticking, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left from stick control, I don't stay strict with that sticking. I'll improvise, and you want to get to a point where you can improvise with that, right? So I'm going to improvise on the ride cymbal, starting with that sticking and then improvising. So I was just improvising with threes and twos, with right, right, lefts, and right, lefts. And Johnny V hit me to that concept of just improvising with right, right, lefts, and right, lefts. And then you start adding in the Garibaldization, which is where you start adding in a flam on the front of your right, right, left, which makes it a swish triplet. So you take your right, right, left, put a flam on that first right, and that makes it a swish triplet. And then you add that into your improvisations, and now I'm going to put it on the cowbell. Then I'm going to step on this cowbell, and I'm going to play with this new LP tambo stick that I helped design with them. And I'm going to play that same thing, just improvising with right, right, lefts, and right, lefts, putting flams on the front of the right, lefts, between the cowbell, the floor tom. I'm going to try to sound like Mardi Gras Indians. Check it out. And what's really cool about this tambo stick is that I designed it so that it's got weight in the front of it so that it doesn't break. And it also responds well so you can get doubles, which you can't do with a lot of other jingle sticks. So this one, check it out. I'm just going to play some doubles. And it feels great, sounds great, and you can play doubles with it. Because before, I would go to try to play a double, and it just wouldn't come out. But now it comes out, even on the floor tom. Yeah! Cool. And then, since we're drawing near our time to come to a close, I will mention too the virtual tip jar. Any contributions are greatly appreciated at this time. You guys have really been helping us get through this hard time. Very challenging time for musicians when you make the vast majority of your income showing up in person, playing on a stage, and trying to cram as many people into a room as possible. And that's your business model. And then literally overnight, you can't do that across the globe. So your donations, contributions, and support have been incredibly appreciated, man. I mean, not just for me, but to all the musicians that you've been supporting. We talk about it and we appreciate and love y'all for it. And we can't wait to get back out and start playing for y'all again. The one thing that I've learned through all this is that human beings are social creatures, and we love to see our people. Whether our people is a whole lot of people or whether we've reduced our pod down to just a couple people, we still love seeing those people. So thank y'all. We can't wait to see y'all once we can start expanding our pods and the crowd sizes that we can play in front of. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thanks to Nick Solnick for manning the controls and hopefully helping me sound and look good out there. And it's awesome to play for y'all and get your feedback, get your questions, get your support. And if you like the way that I'm presenting drum information, check out StantonMooreDrumAcademy.com. Try it out for free for 14 days. Hope to see y'all in there. And we'll see y'all next week. Oh, let me tell you too, I'll be going a little bit more in depth. I'll be doing a Drummers Collective Masterclass on January 28th. Go to Drummers Collective, go to their site, check that out, and you can sign up. I'll be announcing that as well. So I'll be doing that on the 28th. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. See you down the line.
Thanks, y'all.
Yes, indeed. Take care. Be safe.